It is not a thought she lingers on, for to consider it is to invite a different kind of grief, an awareness of what is being lost, extinguished as the animals disappear one by one, the irreplaceable wonder of their knowledge of the world wiped away with them. And so instead, she sits in the dark and rocks the child and tells her stories. Tales about forests and snow, half-remembered myths about wolves and bears, fables about talking birds and singing stones, each containing some glimpse of a world they have forgotten how to see. In the daylight, she sometimes wonders how much of the power of these stories grows out of her desire for something solid, something to connect their unanchored world to the past. But at night, as she tells them, she can feel their power moving through her, and knows it is more than that they come from some deep place, somewhere before memory, before time. Sometimes, though, when the child is on the edge of sleep, she tells her one particular story, a story unlike the others, a story about a people long ago, a people who were not quite us. For as long as they could remember this, people had lived on the plains in Africa, moving in bands through its vast spaces, hunting and singing. Their world was a place where animals ruled, its grasslands and forests thronged by elephants and rhinoceroses so huge the earth told of their approach long before they arrived, its wetlands and rivers stalked by crocodiles, its skies filled by flocks of birds so immense they blotted out the sun. The people dreamed of the animals, dreamed themselves, weaving stories to teach those who came after them how to honor the animals, how to honor the land. Millennia passed, and the people were happy, until one day some of them grew restless and decided to head north, through the mountains and across the desert into the green lands beyond. These were new places, peopled by new creatures. Bears as tall as trees, fish as long as men that lay dreaming in the rivers, vast herds of wild horses and deer. But in time the people learned their songs, and as the generations slipped by, they began to dream of them. And then one day, the snow began to creep south, carpeting the land and bringing the ice with it. This new world was harder than the old, but the people learned to survive, secreting themselves in the caves and dark places to wait out winters that lasted 9 months, learning to hunt the animals that came with the snow, the mammoths and the elk and the deer, crafting clothes from their furs and treasures from their bones. And through it all, they stayed true to the land, its voices, its presence. But though they could not see it, the cold was changing them. And as the millennia slipped by, they became heavier, stronger, adapting to their world just as the animals had. And when they sang the land, they knew they were part of it, that it sang them as well. And when they dreamed the world, they knew that it dreamed them as well. Until at last, they were no longer the same people, but a people who lived by firelight, a people of snow and ice. It is a story she tells only on the edge of sleep, because she does not want the child to ask her how it ends. For if she did, she would have to speak of the others, the people they had left behind in Africa, of the way they grew more numerous, more intelligent, their fingers shaping the world, crafting tools and weapons, until one day they too began to move north, through the deserts and across the mountains. In the countless millennia since the people left, the newcomers had forgotten they ever existed. So when they finally reached those distant lands, they were startled to find others already there. A people like them, but also different, larger, stronger, wilder, their skin pale, their hair orange and brown. What did these newcomers make of their ancient relatives when they first encountered them, she wondered.